Today we're going to do a little kitchen refresh, and I'm going to be solving the problem of this fireplace, which is original to this 1970s house. I kept it in our remodel, which there was definitely some tossing up whether or not I was going to keep it, because it's in the kitchen, and that's a little different. And you know what I decided? I decided different is good, especially having a fireplace in a kitchen. Who doesn't want that? But what happened was I was in the middle of a full gut of our entire main floor and basement remodel, and I had to make 10 million decisions all at once. And so this fireplace didn't get fully thought through in the remodel process because it was kind of one of those, I'll figure it out once the rest of the remodel is done. And so we're definitely to the rest of the remodel being done, and now it is time to make this side of the room feel more like me. Now let me give you a quick tour. We have our living, dining, kitchen. And the fireplace is often mistaken as just a sitting room or a living room, but it's actually attached to the kitchen. And this paneling is 1970s original paneling, which we kept. And it's always kind of felt cozy, but it's also felt dated. It's felt unique, but it's also felt 1970s. And it's also been loved by me and many, and disliked by my husband and many others. When we bought the house, this room didn't exist at all. We added it on. And this whole area was at one point a living space. And so we added this little half wall, which you can't see, but actually does connect to another side to make it feel like an opening that was intentional, and to segregate the kitchen a little bit from the dining room. And what you can't see from afar is that some of this paneling is in really rough shape. And so I have tossed the idea around so many times of, do I put new paneling? Do I paint it? Do I rip it out and do drywall to match the rest of the room? What do I do with this space? And so today I'm gonna do a little double whammy solution. One of the things that I'm always a huge proponent for is living in a space before you make really big decisions. And with this house, we didn't have the ability or the time to do that because everything got ripped out at once for timeline, budget, and our contractor's availability. So there were a lot of decisions that I had not fully thought through. But now that we've lived here in this space with it finished, I know that this is where my husband and I sit each morning and drink coffee together before we start our days. And all of his books are here. And this little corner has a mess. It's just constantly a mess with all of these books. Woo, that was dusty. And it feels very chaotic and unplanned. So I want to make this more functional and prettier because it is the main focus of our entire first level. And my hope is that not only will it be more functional, but it'll also look more intentional because I have black table over here, which holds a lot of our things, as well as our Wi-Fi router and things that are important, and creates a little table for my plants. But on the other side, I'm bringing in another black item. And so it will balance the colors. Black helps modernize things. And so I'm hoping that by bringing in more black elements, which I don't have a lot of in the house, it will maybe modernize the paneling a little bit more to have it balanced on both sides. Now, one of the challenges is that this side is actually almost triple the size of this size. And so that is something that it's going to be unbalanced, but I'm not sure, and we'll see once I get it up, if it really matters because the fireplace is already an asymmetrical situation because it's a 1970s fireplace. Now, I did paint the brick. I love the painted brick. The mantle is okay, but this situation just feels chaotic all the time. So let's get to work. Now I have an entire playlist of videos on my kitchen remodel, like basically from the studs up. And I also have some great videos on my before and afters and my kitchen loves and regrets. So what did I love about this design? What did I regret and would do differently next time? If you're interested in those, make sure and check them out, and I will link them in the description. But part of my process of decorating my entire home is that I love to incorporate thrifted or antique finds within my new finds as well. I think that adding new and old together creates a lot of character and balance in a home. And so as you can see, most of the items on this shelf are thrifted, and I'm hoping to bring that over into the other side of the kitchen as well. And we're going thrifting right now, and we'll see what I can find. Let me show you what I came home with. Now, my goal in this was to find some items for the shelf that I'm adding, and I also found some other things, but it's rare that I go to just a couple of stores and I actually find what I'm looking for the purpose that I'm looking for it. And so this was a fun little adventure today. I got this super cute little basket. I plan to hang it on the wall for my garden clippers. This is just a ceramic tile, okay? I don't know how old it is. It's probably pretty old, but look at how cool it is. I think I'm just gonna use it as like a little pop of art. The shelves are very narrow, and so I need small pieces, and I think that that is perfect for spring. It was only $2. This is a little pop of blue. Look at how pretty this is. One of the challenges of decorating this space is that it is in my kitchen, but it feels very separate because it feels more like living room area. And so I wanted to kind of bring in some bowls and some kitchen-y items because it's right off the kitchen without it feeling overly, like I didn't want it to lean dining room. Does that make sense? A little spring pot. I don't know if I'll put this on these shelves, but it was only $6 and it's a cute little aged terracotta pot. But this was the real find of the day. So I have this collection, and I rarely find this style mortar and pestle in good shape where you have both pieces and they're not $300. So this one was a fun find. I have this exact shape style in probably 4 different sizes now. This one is a little bit rougher. I don't know. I might see if I can clean it up, but I kind of like that it looks aged because it is old. And so I'll add this and bring my collection to the opposite side of the kitchen. So this is what I found thrifting. I got a couple of new items, and I'm also going to be pulling in items I already own, obviously. So let's make this the kitchen sitting room of my dreams. Now, if I'm being honest, I struggle with decorating shelving, especially shelving that is skinny, because it just limits your options and it can look cluttered really quickly. So I shopped my house. I brought in the vintage items that I found from my antique visit. And I decided to just kind of play around with things and take it slow. I replaced the mirror that was too small with some beautiful artwork. And then I tried to fit a few different live plants on this top shelf, but it was too narrow to fit any of my pots. And so I kind of played around with it and then gave up and moved on to the next thing, and gave myself some space from thinking about what I could do with it, because sometimes you really just need a break in order to find the right piece. And I bought these beautiful unlacquered brass hooks to go here and hold my hanging baskets that I thrifted. These will hold my gardening shears because I grab them right as I go out the door. And then I came across this in a magazine, ripped it out, and created my own free artwork for a little spring color on the wall above it. Now, I lived with my design decisions on this shelf for a day and then basically completely redid the entire thing the next day. Now, even though I mostly shopped my house and did secondhand finds for this, I did buy a few new pieces. This lamp is new. This tiny little adorable sparrow is new. I really liked it. It just feels so cute and spring-like, and also is just a reminder to me of one of my favorite verses of how God even cares for the sparrows. How much more is he going to care for us? I also purchased some heavy marble bookends because they were toppling on that lower shelf, and I will link up everything for you, including the shelf, in the description. It was just feeling too overwhelming and too cluttered for me, and so I relocated a few pieces, and then I brought some of my other mortar and pestles over that I already owned to make the collection look more intentional and cohesive on this shelf. I did a lot of switching around, just playing with height variations, with different combinations of items, moving pieces so that colors were balanced as you kind of zigzag up and down the shelf. I don't know about you, but I tend to keep my pillow covers on, and so when I take one off, it's always a surprise what's going to be underneath. So I had forgotten that I owned this one. I brought up the blue one to try and bring the blue from the bowl over to the other side, but I ended up deciding that the floral one just felt a little bit more springy to me. Next, I just wanted to do a few little touch-ups throughout the kitchen. I like bringing in lighter colors for the spring and summer months. I swapped out my star of anise for some dried lavender that I harvested from my garden last year and just kept in a Ziploc over the winter. This just adds a little bit of color, and then it also adds some beautiful scent without any need for candles or anything like that. One thing that I've really been liking is the subtle scent of this Koala Eco kitchen cleaner. It's new to me. I've been using it for a couple of months and I just really like it. They did give me a discount code. I will pop that in the description for you if you're interested. It's all non-toxic, essential oil based, and I just really enjoyed their hand soap as well as the kitchen cleaner. Now, I hope that you enjoy seeing how my spring refresh for the kitchen turned out. I am happy with it, and I think just adding a few intentional pieces really made the fireplace side of it feel like I actually designed it rather than it being an afterthought. I hope it was helpful just seeing my thought process for the whys and the hows behind how I brought the whole kitchen together. And I would love to hear from you. What do you think of how it turned out? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week.